So here's a really good one that a bunch of you guys sent over to me yesterday afternoon and as well as overnight, which backs up how women cannot take rejection, particularly the good-looking ones. And usually when they are rejected, they respond in one of two ways. They become obsessed with the guy to get him, or they become obsessed with getting revenge with him for rejecting them. And how gals, typically when they see a nice guy and they see him as potential, they'll put him in the friend zone and keep him there on layaway while they hook up with other dudes in hopes to get him down the road when they want to temporarily break their HOE phase. And you'll see this perfectly here. Title: Lost interest in a gal because of her quote-unquote hoe phase. And a shout out to Nishad, Isaac, and all the other guys that sent me this story. This guy says here, I have this friend. She's nice looking, outgoing, and funny. We met in school and hit it off as friends. We hung out together as a group, or me and my girlfriend with her and her boyfriend a few times a week. We had never really been single at the same time, so I never really noticed her romantically. I mean, I knew she was attractive, but never thought of her romantically. That can happen. So I ended up breaking up with my girlfriend a few months ago, and she broke up with her boyfriend as well. Well, because most of our friends are paired up at the time, we end up hanging out like 4 days a week. Smack! You're hanging out with some chick, you're not banging 4 days a week. Bro, you got way too much time on your hand. Why aren't you studying? Why aren't you at a job? Why aren't you hitting the gym? Why aren't you hanging with your bros? Or trying to get better at hanging out with some girl you're not fucking 4 times a week? Really? Now, you can tell what kind of guy this is a bit here, but he redeems himself. I wasn't aware I was starting to catch feelings for this girl until someone pointed that out, that I stopped dating and approaching other women. It really hit home when she went on a few dates, and I noticed, and I was jealous. So I sat her down and had a chat. I told her I had noticed recently I was becoming interested in her. I absolutely hated seeing her go on dates with other guys, and wanted to see if dating with us would be cool as our friendship so far. That was his pitch. That was his pitch to get her in a relationship. I mean, that just tells her, wow, this guy's really into me. And therefore, I can treat him however I want to treat him. First she smiled, big, happy, excited eyes. Then something happened. Her smile turned unsure. She explained that she had thought of it as well and is interested in giving us a try, but not until the end of the summer. I was like, what? If you're interested, you're interested, and we would go out now. What do you mean I have to wait until the end of the summer? Newsflash, guys. The nice guys are the ones that are friend zone or are told to wait around for them to the end of the summer. No self-respecting guy would ever wait around for a chick when she gave him a timetable. You know what I mean? Confused, I asked, why the end of the summer? And she explained she was in her, these were her words, her hoe phase. And she wanted to have a summer of fun before she settled down. Right there. In other words, you, sir, are the guy she settles for while she bangs all the other guys. She doesn't see you as the guy to hook up with. You're the relationship guy. The rest of the day was awkward. I cut things short. When she asked, I told her we were fine. My pride was bruised a bit, and I felt disappointed. But not to worry, we are definitely still friends. I have to admit, the second she chose potential random hookups and getting run through for the summer over a relationship, all romantic feelings died. I wasn't mad at her. She did nothing wrong, by the way. My view of her had changed. She is forever in the friend zone for me. There you go, guys. You ask a girl out, she rejects you, move on. Don't waste your time, and certainly don't wait by the phone. Now, obviously, people don't wait around by the phone anymore, but they did back in the day because they didn't have cell phones. Don't wait around for her. And her perception of this guy is he is such a nice guy, and I'm so amazing, of course, that he will actually wait around for me. And I'm sure there's a bit of a test in there too, but yeah. What does that say about her perception of him? But this guy, no. I'm not waiting around for her. It took a few days to put my big boy pants on, and we started hanging out again. Smack! Why? Why are you wasting all your time hanging out with this broad? She's getting what she wants. She can have her hoe phase, and she gets to hang out with you. But it was different this time. I only saw her as her friend, and I only was interested in seeing her every now and again, not like the time before. Well, that's better. I started dating other gals again. I had no hard feelings. I genuinely enjoyed being around her, only like before when we were both had boyfriend and girlfriends. Anyway, one night we were with our group, and we all had drinks, and she says, hey, good news, summer's almost over. Oblivious to what she meant, later I said, "Well, that sucks. I love summer." Then I got distracted by other conversations being had. I did notice she was cold towards me the rest of the night. Yeah, she was expecting you to be all enthusiastic and like, oh boy, when can we go on our first date, Your Highness? No. I mean, talk about the gall. Talk about a gal, now obviously she's in her early 20s, her prime, I'm sure she's good looking, who thinks she's so amazing that she can actually have guys sit around waiting for her. Well, she's made it clear, I'm going out having my hoe phase. No guy wants to be with the gal that is the party girl, the carousel rider. You gotta be kidding me. So October rolls around and she wants to do lunch, just she and I. We meet up, have a great talk. We talked about her summer, and she talks about all the guys she dated over the summer. Like that's going to make him more attracted to her, really? Remember, women like guys that all the women want. And frankly, sometimes all the women hooked up with because they want to feel like they got the catch. Doesn't work that way with guys. To us, that's repulsive. She used this to steer the conversation to us. She wanted to let me know she was ready to settle into a relationship and wanted to go back to our earlier conversation. No thanks. And what about just like dating? No, she wouldn't even just date him. I think it's dumb to just jump into a relationship. That's the dumbest thing possible. Yeah, they knew each other as friends, but he didn't know her that well. She didn't even just want to date him. Nope, just put him aside for the friend zone. I told her it's cool, I valued our friendship, and think we should just stay friends. She wanted to know what's changed and would not let it go, so I had to be honest. She knew the reason why. She just wanted to get you to say and then make you out to be the bad guy here. I told her her choice to put me in the back burner for the hot girl summer was hurtful, and I feel like if she actually liked me, she would have wanted to be in a relationship with me. Exactly. Right there. If she really liked this guy, boom, she would have been at least dating him and would have dropped the other guys here. She said she knew we would be the real thing and she needed to get through her hoe phase to give us an honest shot. What a load of crap. You don't think she's already got enough dick? Really? I let her know that the fact that she felt, like we could have been something, and she still chose potentially to get run through by a bunch of strangers instead of starting something real, tells me she doesn't feel the way about me that she thinks she does. I accept that and stayed friends with her with no hard feelings. In other words, you were the adult in this situation here, not her. But the second she chose to put me in the back burner, I lost all romantic feelings for her. Not to mention respect. Forever, because it feels like she was shopping around all summer and settled on me. And I'm nobody's backup plan. You're darn right. Nobody should be a backup plan to anybody. And this goes both ways, even to the gals. No girl should sit around waiting for a guy and be his backup plan either. No self-respecting person does that. She got mad at me, stopped talking to me, and our friends think I should apologize and give her a chance. But those feelings aren't there. What do you think? Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole. You handle yourself well. Okay? A lot of guys wouldn't do that. They would just wait around. No, you don't want to be anybody's backup plan here. You got too much self-respect. And not to mention, why would you want to get involved with a girl that every other guy's been banging all summer, and now you got her? I mean, come on here. He also says I should probably add the timeline. This was last summer. We see each other around, but she avoids me when she can. The reason I wrote this now is because a mutual friend and IB were talking about last summer, how the fall went, and then point out she is still single, and asked me recently if I would change my mind. I don't think that we were asking for her, but they still said she thinks I'm being an ass. Yeah, he's still the bad guy in her eyes and probably her friends and stuff like that. No, you're not being an ass. You're a guy with some self-respect. So there you go, guys. The who phase. Now a few comments here to wrap up this entertaining story. One guy says, you're not the a-hole. You were upfront with your feelings and gave her a chance to reciprocate. When she chose her hoe phase over you, it was a clear signal about her priorities. It's understandable that your feelings for her changed, and you're not obligated to pursue a relationship just because she's now ready. You have the right to choose what's best for you, even if it means disappointing others. Guys, always take care of you. And even if it means disappointing others, because usually when people choose themselves, they do ruffle some feathers. But that's what nice guys do. They always choose making other people happy than taking care of themselves. Another one. You both were honest with what you wanted. It's a choice. The problem is she made her choice expecting you to be there for her like a puppy. The thing is, her choice affected how you feel, which she should respect, as did you with hers. Correct. Her perception about this guy was wrong. She was being immature about it. Some people can't handle being rejected. That's what I said in the beginning. You don't have to apologize for anything, and you certainly don't have to be with someone you do not want to. If you still want to hang out with her, I would clarify it's simple without the puppy part and hope for the best. Who knows? You might get along eventually one day. That's life. I wouldn't waste your time with her. Why would you waste your time? Again, back to the whole him hanging out with her 4 days a week. Now, probably at that point he was hanging out with her 4 days a week because obviously he really liked her and, no, she wasn't putting the moves on him. And one more, quite simply, you're not the a-hole. You told her you were in a relationship, and she told you yes, she would, as well as after getting fucked by God knows how many randoms over the summer. Any man who isn't just after sex would walk away from her being plan B. The hilarious thing is she actually thinks she was being kind to the OP by telling him he wasn't good enough to be dating until she was banged more times in a taxi door, and now she's in the huff because he doesn't see her as long-term relationship material. Because she isn't relationship material. Because she thought having more hits than the Beatles was far more important than being with the OP, until she decided her summer fun was over. But what next summer, OP, would she have dumped you after getting railed again all summer long? I bet she would have. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. What if they got together in the fall, and then summer came again, and would she just break up with him? Probably, because she'd have no respect for him. I mean, who would respect someone that would wait around all summer for them and be like, okay, I'll have you? Yeah, she would have cheated on him probably the whole relationship and definitely dumped him when summer began to have her final year of fun or something like that. So good for this guy.